Lightroom offers lots of ways that you could review and rank your photos in the library module. There are star ratings, flags, colour labels and a couple of view modes that you might find useful. So when I first import new photos into Lightroom, I start here in the grid view of the library module. Here I can just have a quick look through the thumbnails to see what I have. I can then go into Loop View by pressing the E key. Now I can look in more detail through these photos, looking at a larger view by pressing the right arrow key and the left arrow key to come back. Now before I get started reviewing and ranking these photos, as well as star rating, which I've got here, I'd also like to have access to colour labels and flags on the toolbar. And if we look, they're missing, they're not here. So if I want anything extra on the toolbar, I go over to the end here to this little triangle and I click on it, and anything that's not ticked isn't visible. So I can click on colour label and I can click on flagging to put both of those in. So now I've got flags and star ratings and colour labels. On my first look through the photos in Loop View, I adopt a simple ranking system. I give the best ones pick flags. If there are some that are blurry or out of focus or for whatever reason just don't cut the muster, I'll give them reject flags. And the rest I just won't flag at all. So let's say I really like this photo and I want to give it a pick flag. Now there are two ways to do that. I can either click the pick flag on the toolbar here, or I can press the P key on the keyboard and that will flag as a pick. If I change my mind about that and I want to take the flag away, I can press the U key to unflag or remove the flag. Now I'll put that pick back again by pressing the P key, and I'll move to the next photo by pressing the right arrow key. Or I could click down here in the film strip. It's up to you. Now this is a photo that really doesn't work, so I'd like to mark this as a reject. So to do that, I can either click on the black flag on the toolbar here to mark it as rejected, or I can press the X key. Now this has been set as rejected. It's got a little black flag on it here, and you can see it's grayed it out now. So let's go through. I'll go to this one. Do I like this one? It's okay, but nothing special. Do I like this one? Yes, actually I do. So I'm going to flag this as a pick by pressing P on the keyboard. I'll go to this one and I'll flag that as a pick. But then probably not. I'll change my mind on that one. So I'll press U to unpick. Go along to the next one. That's okay, but nothing special. That one is okay. This one, yeah, I quite like that one. So I'm going to give that a pick flag. This one is okay, so I'm not going to rank that at all. This one, yeah, I quite like that one, so I'll give that one a P for a pick flag. That one's not bad. Well, actually, no, it's a little bit blurry, so I'll mark that as a reject as well by pressing X on the keyboard. That one, okay, and that one is okay. After I've finished reviewing all my photos, I can, if I want, I can go up to the photo menu and I can delete all the rejected ones, all the ones I've flagged as rejected. So I can click on that and it'll ask me, do I want to delete them from disk or do I want to remove them just from Lightroom? Well, you can make a choice. At the moment, I don't want to do either, so I'm just going to click cancel and go back. Okay, so if we go back to this image here, this is the start of 4 images on the same subject, which is this church. So what I'm going to do is select them and we'll have a look at survey view. So I'm going to shift click on the last one to select it. And then I can go into survey view two ways. I can either click on this little icon here on the toolbar, or I can press N on the keyboard. And that brings up a series of the 4 images. One of them is selected because you can see that because it's got a white border around, and each one has a little cross in the corner, which is what I can use for dismissing them. So now what I'm doing is I'm looking at all these 4 images and I can get an idea on is any better. Well, I look at this one and think, you know, there's a lot of converging verticals going on that one. I'm not quite happy with that one. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to drop it out. So I'm going to click the X. That leaves me with 3. I'm now comparing these 3 and I say, well, these 2 are very similar, but I'm just not grabbed by this one. It doesn't do it for me. So I'm going to click on that one. I'm back down to 2. I'll then look at these 2 and think, yeah, well, that's a little bit distant. I like the bench, a bit of foreground, but overall, I like this one on the left better. So I'm going to drop that one out. And I'm just left with now my selected image. Now you can see if you look down at this bottom left-hand corner that it's already flagged as a pic. But I like this one a lot. So what I'm going to do is give it a star rating. And we do that in the middle here. And I can give it a 5-star rating by either clicking on that 5th star, or I can just press the 5 on the keyboard and that will set that rating to 5. Okay, I'm now going to press E to go back to loop view. Now when it comes to star rating, some people have quite elaborate systems, giving some images 1 star, some 2 stars, some 3 stars. Personally, I find it difficult to differentiate between a 2-star image and a 3-star image. So I tend to just use 1 star for OK and 5 for really good or excellent. Now here we've got an image that I've said got 5 stars. If I wanted to give this 1 star, I would just press 1 on the keyboard. If I want to give it no stars, I can press 0 on the keyboard. And if I want to give it back to 5 stars again, I'll press 5 on the keyboard. Okay, now let's take a look at compare view. And this is another method of comparing images to arrive at a final selection. First, let's select some images. So I'm going to click on this one and shift click on that one. And then I want to go into compare view. And I can do that by clicking on this icon here or pressing the C key. And that takes me into compare view. Now I'd like the images to be a little bit bigger, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to collapse both these side panels because I don't need them for the time being. And I'm going to do that by pressing the Tab key. That makes them a little bit bigger. Okay, so now what I've got is a select image over here on the left and a candidate image here on the right. And if you look in the film strip, you can see that I've got a little white diamond on the select image and a little black diamond on the candidate image. And what I'm doing is I'm just comparing these 2 to see which one I want as my select. Well, this one's okay, but on the right hand side I think this one's a little bit better. So what I want to do is promote this image to me select, and I can do that with this little XY icon down here which says make select. So if I click on that, it now makes this image here the select image and this image here a candidate image. You can see it swapped things around here on the film strip. So now I look at these 2 and think, which one do I like best? Well, yep, I still like this one on the left hand side. So I'm going to press the right arrow key to go on to my next image. Which one do I like best? Yep, still like that select image. Do I like this one better? I think I do actually. Nice winter scene image. Yeah, I quite like that one. So I'm going to promote that one to be a select image. So I go down again to this make select, click on that, and I've now got that image as my final select. And on this one, I'm going to give it a pick. So I'm going to press P for pick, and I'm going to give it a 5-star rating by pressing 5 on the keyboard. And then I'm going to press the E key to go back to loop view, and then the G key to go to grid view, and then I'll bring back my panels by pressing the Tab key again. Okay, I'll just click in one of the images to get rid of that selection. Okay, now colour labels. Now I like to use these for another purpose, to mark photos for something special. So for example, sometimes I'll have multiple bracketed photos of the same scene and I want to combine these as a HDR photo, so it'd be nice to be able to identify them. Or I might take multiple photos that I want to put together in a panorama. I might like to mark them in the same way. So let's go and find some images. We scroll back here, we can see I've got 3 images, and I'm going to select them, that are HDR exposures. So I'll just click on those, and I can do it in the film strip or in grid view. So I've now highlighted and selected those 3 images. I'm now going to give them a red colour label. And you can see that now I've got a little inset here that's red. I've got my colour label icon here that shows me that I've now got a red colour label. And if I click away from the images, you can see that it actually puts it round the outside as well. So I can really easily identify images that I need for a specific purpose. So now let's say I'm finished reviewing my photos. Here in grid view, you can see the stars, the flags and the colour labels, all that I've applied. So now I've done all this work, how does it help me? Well, now I can filter by the information that I've added. And I can do that down in the filter bar down here. I can filter by flags, I can filter by star rating, or I can filter by colour. So let's have a look at how this works. So I can click on here, and I can show just the images that have been flagged as to delete, as rejected. And these are sticky, so if I click on it again, it takes it away. I can now click on all the flagged images, and if I wanted to have a look at all the flagged images and the deleted images, then I could click on that one and it shows both. So you must remember that they are sticky, so if you want to take it off, you have to click it again. I can also search by star rating. So here I can click and say, right, I just want all the 5-star images. And I can also change how it's actually done. So I can say rating is greater than or equal to, rating is less than, or rating is equal to. I'll set that to equal to. So I can now say I want everything that's equal to 5 stars, or everything that's equal to 1 star. Well, I haven't got a 1 star. But what I can do, I'll go and put a 1 star on that one just to show you it works. And then I click a 1 star, it brings that image up. Okay, I'll take that off. Or I can look at my colour labels. Well, I know somewhere I've got 3 red colour labels. So if I click on that one, it will filter down just to show me those labels. And I'll click again to go back to my grid view. So that's a look at the various ranking and reviewing features in Lightroom's library module. Now, you don't have to use all these features in your own photos, and you can set up your own star ranking system and flag ranking system, and it can be as simple or as complex as you like. Hopefully this will give you an idea on how you might use these features as you're reviewing and ranking your own photos.